Okay, I've got the Z prompt connected up to the HDMI onto the computer. I've just put it like this so that you can see what's going on with the screens as they're connected. So the first thing to do here is to go into your display preferences and just check that the settings are best for monitor. 60 Hz should be correct, and the most important thing is to make sure you've got mirror displays, so it's duplicating the Mac display onto the Z prompt, so it's an exact copy. Now what's going on here is the monitor on here is mirroring the text automatically, so it's important to know that with this version of ZeeCue, which is version 1, the mirroring is done on the monitor. So if you don't have a monitor that's mirroring the text, then this application won't work for you. And if you're using the Windows version, then again, go into your display preferences and just check that you are not extending the desktop, you're just mirroring the desktop. I'm going to go into my script. So this is a typical script that you might get from a Word document. So I'm going to just select all by Command A and then Command C to copy. And then I'm going to go ahead and load ZeeCue. So to get the script in, it's Command V to paste. So I'm pasting all the text in there. So this is now the edit mode. Normally what I do is just insert some space in the top there. And this is where you can just go through and quickly check that all the text has gone in okay. Usually I would take out these spaces. Okay, and you can basically set the font size here. You can use Command plus and minus to set the font size as well. And then when you're ready to prompt, you put the cursor to where you want to start and just hit escape. And it will go into prompt mode, so all of the edit mode has disappeared. So when it goes into prompt mode, you simply scroll through to where you want to start from, or if you need to check any of the text. And then just position the text where you want to start and hit the space bar. And that's it. So you can control the speed using the touchpad, or you can use the arrow keys. So each press will just move one speed up or one speed down. Or you can use the mouse wheel. And again, start stop is space bar, it's left mouse button. And when you're in prompt mode, you can simply alter the text size as well if you need to. So another useful feature is when you're doing a take, and if you need to do a retake, you can simply press the up key to jump back to the previous paragraph. Or you can jump forwards. And it does this by finding the full stops within a sentence. So it's quite an easy, quick way to jump back. But you can also just pause and reposition to where you need to be. To get out of prompt mode, hit escape. So I'll just run through some of the features of ZeeCue. So in the edit tab, you've got the open script option to open a previously saved script. Export text, exports all of the text in plain text mode. All the usual text options can be found here. Probably one of the most useful is the text highlight, if you want to highlight certain elements. If you want, you can change the background color, so if maybe you want something a bit less contrasty. And you've got the usual find and replace text. It's fairly self-explanatory. In advanced, you can set the margin width, so if your talent's a little bit close to the monitor, you can position the text just to help stop the eyes from going left to right too much. And then you've got eyeline options, which alters the size of the cue marker. You can alter the position, turn them off, or just have one, whatever you want to do. Reduce speed sensitivity is just to alter how sensitive the mouse wheel is if you're using the mouse. So it's best to turn this off for the mouse and leave it on if you're using the trackpad. The bookmarks tab is quite simple. You can just put the mouse cursor where you want to add a bookmark and do Command or Control 1, for instance, and then if we'll move one further down, we can go somewhere there. So put one in there, Command 2, and we'll stick another one in maybe here, number 3. And what that's done is saved the bookmarks here, which you can delete if you need to. And then when you go back into prompt mode, you can just simply hit the shortcut for them on the keyboard. So 1, 2, and 3. So I can simply jump to those. And again, I can just cue them up to where I want using the touchpad. So just some advanced tips, particularly with the bookmarks. It's always best to add the bookmarks when you've finished editing the text, because the bookmark works from recording the line number. So if you, for instance, cut and then paste or delete that line, it's going to disturb where the bookmarks are positioned. So it's best to edit the bookmarks in at the end.